Who do you value more between Treylon Burks, Jahan
Mm.
Dotson, and George Pickens? I like them all as mid-round steals.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, I'm going to go Burks here. Was not a big Burks guy, but you watched him, you could see, yeah, he's raw, but there's a lot of talent here. He's pretty imposing out there, I think. And we all know it's going to be a low volume passing game, but hey, I like that security of my guy being the unquestioned alpha. You know what I mean? Like who's going to command the ball. So even though it's low volume, I mean, how does Traylon Burks not get 7.5 targets a game
Mm-hmm.
this year? And he's in way better place, shape, and in all facets this time compared to last year when he was dealing with the asthma. He reported overweight. Really got off to a bad start. Right now, he's off to a good start, like a great start.
Chris in Mobile asks us, which projected wide receivers two or wide receiver twos have the best chance to be wide receiver ones this year? So you're
Mm.
predicting, guys in your, wide receiver 13 down to 24. So that, you're probably in that, Chris Olave, T. Higgins, Debo kind of world. Which of
Right.
those guys do you think have the best shot to be a wide receiver one this season?
Let's start down. We can, we'll even pass Olave because that's somewhat obvious. Well, I'll start with Jerry. Well, Jerry Judy's a one now, isn't he? Never mind. All right, I'll keep scrolling. The Jacksonville guys, or that's a little confusing because that's a
Mm-hmm.
a new major wrinkle in there, and it's kind of like they have two ones, in my opinion. Really, it's like Kirk and of course Ridley. Well, how about Chris Godwin just bogarting everything over Mike Evans? So it's a pretty obvious one there. Here's a good one, and I did a video on this guy. I think it's released. I don't have the data points in front of me, but freaking Brandon Ayuk, man. I think we may have talked to him about him last time, but I mean, this guy is continuing to get better and better, and somewhat quietly. Last year he was top 20, yet he's only 29 on the markets. We have him at 24. He was like 35. I'm telling you, like a month ago, we were way out in front. Now they're catching up. But that I wouldn't be surprised if he outproduced Debo. Especially if Debo is not going to be running as much over the course of a full year with Christian McCaffrey. Oh man, I'm telling you right now, Jordan Addison is going to do it. So I love Jordan Addison. 69, that's pretty pricey too. So I guess it's a pretty obvious one. But, I could go back to Gabe Davis. I know his last year was kind of brutal, but, assuming they don't bring back D Hop, he was a big winner and he still is. He did have that high ankle sprain from week one that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, totally screwed him over. He dropped a touchdown at the end of the season, like last game. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. I took the over on your touchdowns, but he could have easily, what do you have, like 7? He should have had like 10 easily. And if he doesn't get hurt, he basically, I think, hits my projection on the head, which is a pretty optimistic one. Got to give love to Elijah Moore, who is
Mm-hmm.
our guy, getting a lot of it now, trying to stay ahead of the markets on him. That's been
Do you think he overtakes Amari Cooper this year?
I think there's a chance that they kind of turn the page a little bit. Now this is kind of BS, but Amari is a little bit of a you got to get him the ball early kind of a guy, or else he pouts.
He's a front
And
runner.
a little bit, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a scenario where Moore really balls out, and by the end of the year, now they're going to be playing for a playoff spot most likely. So this could be complete BS, but I could see it where they kind of mentally go to Moore as the one because they know he's the future. Because Amari is gone after this year, that's for sure. I actually spoke about this with Nate Zagura of the Cleveland Browns, their color commentator, and I mean, he may even put that thought in my head, but either that or he completely agree with the assessment. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's within the realm.